The 10th episode start when Osman Bey and Selkan Hatchin talks about Osman's mother Halima Sultan and Ertuğrul Bey, when he took Halima Sultan into tent and they faced many troubles. She says that Ertuğrul Bey was very brave. He faced hells of troubles in his life. He has been fighting throughout his life. She tells Osman that I knew you will follow your father's path. You will defeat Yunus and many like him. Then Osman Bey says that he loves Bala Hatchin. Osman Bey asks his aunt to visit Sheikh Edebali and asks for permission to get married. Selkan Hatchin says I think Dunder Bey should go for this. But Osman denies this and asks her to go. He says you are in place of my mother now. You should go. Selkan Hatchin accepts this. In the next scene, Bala Hatchin is sitting with Gunja Hatchin and she thinks about Osman. When he came today in the caravanserai he was very upset. Gunja Hatchin says love and mercy lives in the same place. I know you father is doing this for a purpose. Bala Hatchin says, Osman is very brave but sometimes he loses his mercy. He punishes people on his own will. In the next scene, Osman Bey thinks about what he did and what Sheikh Edebali said to him. He cries from his sorrow. He thinks now he has to be patient. He has to learn things what Sheikh Edebali told him. Meanwhile, Orhan Alp comes and tells Osman Bey what he has learned. He tells Osman Bey that tonight Prince Salvador will attack on Samsa Bey's tribe. Osman Bey set out to the plain of Samsa Chavis with the Alps. Samsa Bey tells the Alps to be ready for battle. He prepares his soldiers. Where on the other hand, Salvador prepares his troops for their attack. He plans a trap for Osman. In the next scene, Selkan Hatchin talks to Zor Hatchin about Igul. She was very upset to know that how you people can marry your daughter with an old man. But Zor Hatchin says that Igul will marry Alishar Bey and this is the final decision. In the next scene, while Osman Bey and the Alps are going to Samsa Bey's plain, Salvador stops them in the way according to plan. Salvador's men capture Osman Bey and his Alps through the trap they set. First Osman kills all men but when Salvador is left, his hidden men come in and attack on Osman and his Alps. They all get injured. Then Salvador captures them all. In the next scene, Zor Hatchin tells her daughter that she has to marry Alishar Bey because Dunder Bey can become stronger. This is the only way to make Dunder Bey more respectful in these lands. Alishar Bey is power on people by the Saluk governors. If you marry him, we will also be powerful. In the next scene, Osman is captured by Salvador. He says we have prepared a blood farewell for you Osman. You and your Alps will enjoy it. Then he moves to one of his Alps and puts knife on his neck. Osman tries very hard to escape the ropes but he can't. Then Salvador asks him about Edebali. He asks where is the treasure? Alp says to Osman that don't tell him about anything. My life is sacrifice on you. Salvador kills the Alp and Osman can't do anything. In the next scene, the Salvador's man captured by the Alps asks for water, but he kills the man and escapes in a wounded state. In the next scene, Selkan Hatchin does not like the rugs made and she says that better can be done. Zor Hatchin says it's hard to find paint. Selkan Hatchin says that don't make lame excuses. You are behind more profit now, that's why you can't build good rugs. In the next scene, Princess Sofia and Commander Kolanos come to the Kali Plain. Zori Hatchin welcomes them but Selkan Hatchin doesn't like it. In the next scene, Salvador has taken all of them into a cave and tortures Osman Bey and his Alps to find out where Sheikh Edebali is. None of them tells anything and they bear the torture. Where on the other side, Sheikh Edebali has a dream. In this dream, a snake is about to attack a white dove in a cage. Sheikh Edebali realizes that this dream is related to Osman Bey and sends the dervishes to find him. In the next scene, Butter finds Salvador's man in the woods. He was injured and resting in the tree's shadow. Water Alp slowly captures him again. In the next scene, Commander Kolanos makes an offer to Dunder Bey to gain more market control. He says if you and we join hand then we will have more share of the market. Princess Sofia says that the rugs made are very popular in Constantinople and she wants to sell more rugs. Selkan Hatchin says she will consider this offer. In the next scene, dervishes find Osman Bey's Alps in the forest. One of them was alive and they learn that who did this and learn what happened. In the next scene, Salvador still torturing Osman and his Alps. He stabs one of his Alp. Connor says that we are free from here will be the last day of your life. In the next scene, Dunder Bey tells about the things they will do in the market, but Bamzi Bey reminds him that Sheikh Edebali will also be in the market. Dunder Bey is determined to make money. He says there is no place for Edebali in the market now. Already they have created many troubles for us. Meanwhile, Abdurrahman Ghazi comes to the plain and enters Dunder Bey's tent. He was in Constantinople with Ertuğrul Ghazi. On his arrival, everyone thinks that Ertuğrul Ghazi is also back. They ask about him from Abdurrahman Ghazi, but Abdurrahman Ghazi says that Ertuğrul Bey is ill, and that he will be treated in Kayseri on the advice of a doctor. In the next scene, a dervish told Sheikh Adabali what happened in the forest to Osman in his Alps. He told him that Salvador has captured Osman and now we don't know where they are. Sheikh Adabali says this is the time to support Osman. We will find him. Bala Hachin says we will also go with you. He saved my life and now it's our turn to pay him back. Sheikh Adabali takes his sword and goes to find Osman Bey. In the next scene, due to Ertuğrul Bey's order, Abdurrahman Ghazi tells them that Ertuğrul Bey was tense about his tribe. He wants you all to be united. He then gives Ertuğrul Bey's ring to Dunder Bey as a sign of his deputy in his absence. This makes him superior in the bays of the plain. Zori Hachin, Igul and Badr Alp congratulate him on this. Bami Bey and Salkan Hachin is not happy with the decision, but as this is ordered by Ertuğrul, so they have to obey him. Dunder Bey became his deputy and Ertuğrul Bey's sons and other beys will now obey him. Meanwhile, the news of attack on Osman in the forest reaches in the plain and everyone learns that Erkut Alp was injured. Demirbakan was martyred and Osman Bey was captured. In the next scene, Osman Bey and the Alps are tortured by Salvador and then Princess Sofia comes to see them. She says to Salvador that leave them on me, their death is written on my hands. In the next scene, Sheikh Adabali is getting ready to find Osman. Dervish asks them that will we give them the treasure in return of Osman? Sheikh replies, yes, we will give them the treasure to get Osman. He says if we get Osman back we will also take the treasure back from them, but we can't compensate Osman's life with it. We have come from treasure and we will go back to treasure. In the next scene, Sofia is torturing Osman. He says beat me that hard that my life goes out, every hope vanishes. But if I got alive, you all will beg me for you deaths. Sofia still beats him and asks about Sheikh Adabali. But no one says even a word. Osman says, Sheikh Adabali lives in our hearts. He is not only our hearts but he lives in every Turk's heart. If you want to get him, then tear our hearts apart. Sofia then pulls out her knife and goes to one Alp. She stabs him. Osman roars but nobody could do anything. Sofia says to Osman, are you listening his cries? Osman says lions don't cry, Sofia, they roar. This is the end of episode 10.